From Plattsburgh, that is Jason McClatchy. McClatchy starts fifth. Outside is last week's winner, and car number 22 from Peru, it's Rob Favreau. In the fourth and final row, car number 17, point leader Richie Turner from Fairfax, Vermont, starting shotgun of the field. And the junk is beautiful number 2 from Clayburgh, that is Metal Man. 8 cars take the green flag as we kick off another Saturday night of short track racing action at the Big A. And they're side by side out front. Pretty typical racing for this division. Andrew Bordeaux sticks the nose in front on the outside of the 08. Here comes the 13 of Joe Warren back on the inside. They're side by side down the line. The leader of lap number 1 is going to be Andrew Bordeaux. Bordeaux with the 08 had the lead by about a foot. Joe Warren comes back after him on the inside. He's got the lead in turn number 2. Pushes up in turn 2. Might have got to just take a piece of the 08 off the second turn, and Warren's got the lead going to turn number 3. Joe Warren coming through on the inside, down the front stretch, and he will lead the second lap. Here comes Don Franklin on the inside. Car number 69 looking to move. He'll grab the second spot away from Bordeaux as he's starting to slide backwards. Now it's the 70 of McClatchy trying to move through on the inside and get to third as Franklin drives to the inside in turn 3 and 4, looking to find that hold of the inside of the 13 of Joe Warren. Here they come down the front stretch. Warren goes to the wall. Franklin goes down to the inside. It was Warren at the line by about 5 feet. Joe Warren wants the top. Don Franklin down on the inside. Franklin off of turn number 2, trying to draw close down the backstretch. Now even at turn number 3. Franklin sticks the nose in front going to the third turn. It's Donnie Franklin in the lead in the Subway-sponsored 69. Down to the front stretch. It's the third different leader in just 4 laps. Don Franklin's got the lead in the 69. Joe Warren goes back to second. Here comes McClatchy after the second spot. Jason McClatchy in car number 70 going to second through on the inside off turn number 2. Joe Warren now sliding backwards on the outside line. McClatchy, who won the opening week race for the Renegades, into the second position. He'll try to chase down Franklin in the 69. Donnie Franklin showing the way by half a car length. The 70 McClatchy working down to the inside. Joe Warren runs the middle line now to the top off turn 2, and here comes the 17 of Richie Turner. Richie Turner to the third spot on the inside of turn number 3. Joe Warren in car 13 on the outside, back to fourth. He appears to be fighting a loose condition, the rear end kicking out on that 13 with 2 laps to go for Donnie Franklin. Lead at the line was 2 car lengths for Franklin that time over McClatchy in the 70. Turner is in that third spot. Joe Warren now back in fourth. Andrew Bordeaux rounds out the top 5 with Mark Caron trying to close in. Here comes Turner looking to the outside for the second spot. Joe Warren perhaps seeing a chance maybe to get underneath Turner for third with a white flag out. 1 lap to go for Donnie Franklin. Franklin in the 69 pushes up in turn number 2. If McClatchy can get there, perhaps can make a move, but can't quite get underneath the 69 off 2. Now Richie Turner going to the outside for the second spot. They fight for second. That's okay with Franklin. Here he comes off turn number 4 down the line. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be Donnie Franklin. Jason McClatchy second, Richie Turner third, Joe Warren fourth, Andrew Bordeaux is fifth, 6 goes to the 5 of Mark Caron, and it's the 22 of Rob Favreau from Fairfax, Vermont, that is Lance Raptoy. Starting shotgun on the field in car number 48, he is from Keysville, that is Bill Donor. 7 cars to run, second qualifier, green flag. Tyler Terry in car number 44 shows the way into turn number 2. Here comes Josh Leclerc on the outside, coming after him. 3 wide for the third spot. It's Josh Terry in the 43 on the inside. Rob Gordon on the outside. Curtis Seymour, the meat and the sandwich. The 44 of Tyler Terry off of turn number 4 to lead the first lap in this second qualifier. Contact off 4. Josh Terry coming through on the inside. The 357 of Seymour. A little loose off the 4th turn. Banged into that 43. Everybody's all right as they straighten it out down the front stretch. Tyler Terry leads by a car length. Josh Leclerc running in second. Third is Rob Gordon with the H2O. Here comes Lance Raptoy in the 11. Raptoy works to the outside of car number 43 of Josh Terry. Oh, look out, the H2O of Rob Gordon really hot into turn number 1. Works the rim, though. That's the Rob Gordon line. Sometimes he'll get way up top, and boy, did that boost him off the second turn as he went rim riding around turns 1 and 2 and really picked up some momentum. Rob Gordon works that top line around turns 1 and 2 better than anybody else in the Renegade division. That's when he can get it to hook in for him. Josh Terry eyeing the third spot down on the inside. Gordon perhaps made a little contact with the 11 of Lance Raptoy over in turn number 2. Lance had to back out of it. He's got it real tight in the middle of the backstretch. Tyler Terry in the 44 shows the way. Car number 7, Josh Leclerc, is in the second spot. Running in third is Josh Terry, and car number 43 as we're halfway in the second qualifier. Lance Raptoy in car number 11 sitting in fourth. Then it's the Rob Gordon H2O back to fifth. Curtis Seymour has a good view of the battle that's happening right in front of him, as he sits in the 6th position. So it's Tyler Terry in car number 44 showing the way, and it's about a 6 car length advantage over the 7 of Josh Leclerc in the Ernie's Discount Tools sponsored car. Then it's the 43 of Josh Terry with a peek off turn number 2 down to the inside, and here comes Josh Terry. Terry's got the Brookfield Excavation number 43 moving to the inside. The Wells Auto Repair also on the side of that number 43 car as he comes through for the second spot. 2 laps to go for Tyler Terry. Now his younger brother Josh is starting to chase him down. Trying to get into that second spot with Josh Leclerc on the outside in car number 7. He's going back to third. Lance Raptoy in the 11 car trying to hook to the back bumper of Josh Terry. Here comes Tyler Terry off of turn number 4 down the line. There's 1 lap to go. The white flag is out for Tyler Terry in car number 44. Josh Terry in the 43 car works in the second spot. Lance Raptoy has moved to third. Josh Leclerc drop kick back to the 4th spot with car number 7. And it's Rob Gordon, the H2O. They run single file into turns 3 and 4. Here they come off the 4th turn. Down the front stretch, checkered flag is out. It's going to be a win for Tyler Terry. His brother Josh finishes second, Lance Raptoy third. The 7 of Josh Leclerc was 4th, and the H2O of Rob Gordon 5th. 6 was Curtis Seymour in the 357 one. Then it is a Roger Labreche in the number 100 on the inside of row number 2. And then outside Matt Woodruff in the 55. Then it's the 19 for Mueller and the B3 for Bottermy. Here they come off of turn number 4 down the line. Green flag is out. George Foley from the outside powers to turn number 1, has the lead off the second turn, and he's pulling away from Mike Labreche. Here comes Roger Labreche in the number 100. Labreche goes to the outside of Michael. Roger going for the second spot into turn number 4. The leader of the first lap is going to be George Foley. You can see a real big bobble for Roger Labreche in the overlay vehicle graphics 100 in turn number 4. But now he's back on it, and he'll grab the second spot off the second turn. Matt Woodruff drifted up right into the front of the Jesse Mueller as Mueller was trying to work the outside line. Woodruff running in the 4th position, but not for long as here comes the B3 for Bottermy. Bottermy will go to 4th. Following him on the inside is Jesse Mueller in the number 19. So Mueller will move underneath the 55 of Woodruff, who is now running in the 6th spot. Out front, it's George Foley. Foley won last week, as we mentioned, a former track champion, and he's got a sizable lead out front already. It's almost half the front stretch over the 100 of Roger Labreche. Michael Labreche in the 99 runs in the 2nd spot. Aaron Bottermy in the B3 working in 4th. Here comes Jesse Mueller peeking to the outside down the backstretch. Bottermy right now hanging on to 4th. Mueller again looking outside into turn number 4. It's Foley out front. He's cruising along. Roger Labreche cutting into the lead a little bit that last lap, but it's still a comfortable cushion out front for the 34 of George Foley. Matt Woodruff off the pace of the 55, and he is headed back towards the garage area. So out front it is Foley in the 34. Labreche is still closing in as we're halfway in qualifier number 1 for the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car Modifieds. George Foley in the 34, Roger Labreche in the 100. Labreche has closed. He was about a half front stretch behind at one point, but he's got it way down. Foley off the pace in the 34. Labreche is closing in, or is Foley just playing possum? George Foley in the 34. The lead is down to about 7 car lengths. Labreche smokes the right rear tire off of turn number 2. Still chasing down the 34 into 3 and 4. Mike Labreche hangs on to the 3rd spot. Battle for 4th between Bottermy and the B3 and the 19 of Jesse Mueller. Foley out front, maintaining now a good 10 car length advantage over the 100 of Labreche. Labreche seems to cut into the lead in 1 and 2. Foley down the backstretch builds it back a little bit, but Roger Labreche in the 100 now just 3 car lengths off the back bumper of the 34 with 2 to go. Does Roger Labreche have another card to play in the first qualifier? George Foley in the 34. It's 5 car lengths now down the backstretch and a big gap back to Michael Labreche. They're still wheel-to-wheel racing for the 4th spot with Bottermy in the B3 and the 19 of Mueller. White flag is out, 1 to go for George Foley. Foley just nursing it along the speedway. It looks like the 100 of Labreche, if he can get in contention and pull up on the back bumper of the 34, would have a chance to make a move on him, as Foley does not certainly appear to be up to typical speed, but he's going to win it. Here he comes off of turn number 4. It's going to be the checkered flag for George Foley. Roger Labreche is 2nd, Mike Labreche 3rd, Jesse Mueller 4th, and 5th, 2. Dupree in the 24, Riel in the 02. To set the pace, they're slow into turn number 4. Now on the hammer. Here they come down the line. Green flag. Riel on the outside of the front row didn't seem to get real good traction off of turn number 4. Spun him, and that allowed Dupree to get away. Right behind him, it's Chris Kaye now moving to the inside to grab the 2nd spot. Chris Vernold boxed in the 97, looking for some place to run. Max Vienna had to take quick action down to the inside, as the inside line was able to move underneath Mike Riel, and snookered right now is Vernold in the 97. Riel running better now with the 02. Vernold looking for a place to go. Well, the M-Core number 97, but he is going to lose a spot to Vienne, and now he'll move underneath Mike Riel to take that spot away. Out front, it's Patrick Dupree. 2nd is Chris Kaye. 3rd is Adam Bottermy in the TDIX. Running in 4th, it's the 25 for Max Vienne. And then the 97 of Chris Vernold's going with him. Then it's a gap back to Mike Riel with the 0-2, and then it's Dan Brown with the 3:27. Out front, Patrick Dupree. He's got a comfortable lead over Chris K with the 18. Adam Bartamy with the X working in the third spot, trying to pull up on the back bumper of the 18 of Chris K.A. Then it's the number 97 of Chris Vernold. Vernold at one point was working alongside the 25 of Max Vienne, but he was able to get the position on Vienne. Vernold now in the fourth spot, Max Vienne back to fifth, then a gap back to the 3:27 of Dan Brown, who was worked past the 0-2 of Mike Riel. Patrick Dupree leading out front, and it continues to be a comfortable lead, a good 12 to 15 car lengths over the 18 of Chris K.A. Third is Adam Bartamy, the X. Bartamy closing on that back bumper, still about a half car length off the back of the 18 of Chris K.A. The number 97 of Chris Vernold trying to get in on the battle for third. Right now it is Bartamy in that third spot, and Vernold is trying to close. Right off of his back bumper is the 25 of Max Vienne. Want to try to get into the top four if you can to pick up your handicap for the feature event. Patrick Dupree, based on his tough finishes the first 2 weeks, figures to start right up near the front of the feature event. Based on how he's running now, he certainly could be the favorite tonight in the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car Modified Division. Dupree, a former track champion, leading now by almost half the backstretch over Chris K in the 18. Adam Bartamy in the next car still working in third. Chris Vernold is fourth with the number 97. Then it is the 25 of Max Vienne still in that fifth spot with 2 to go for Patrick Dupree. 2 laps remaining for the Saranac Country Store number 24. Chris K.A. holding on to the second spot. Adam Bartamy in the X has been working down on the inside line, but he really hasn't been able to mount any challenge to K in the 18 with a white flag out for Pat. Final time around for Patrick Dupree in the number 24. He works off turn number 2, smooth off 2 down the backstretch. And he'll negotiate turns 3 and 4 on his way to the victory. In qualifier number 2 from Saranac Lake, here comes Patrick Dupree for the win. Second will go to Moore's Forks driver Chris K.A. Third is the X of Adam Bartamy. Fourth to Chris Vernold in the number 97. Fifth, it is Max Vienne in the 25. Then it is Dan Brown in the 3:27. And Mike Riel in the 0-2. He is from Morset on the grid, coming out of the back of the pack. The 3 of Lindeman, the 80 of Haywood. They're starting to get on it now. Here they come down the front stretch of the line. Green flag is out. They work wheel to wheel into turns 1 and 2. Lindeman on the inside, Haywood on the outside. Down the backstretch, Lindeman has the lead. Here comes Berthiaume moving down to the inside of Craig Riel. 3 wide into turn number 3. Berthiaume's on the inside. Riel threads the needle. Leon Gagnon backed out of the 4. Gagnon thought about a 3 wide move on the outside, but thought better of it. In the qualifier, didn't want to risk 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. It was a good move by Leon as he now works past Craig Riel to grab the 5th spot. The leader is Andy Lindeman. Lindeman with another one of those new Troyer machines leading out front. Here comes Mike Wells down to the inside of Andy Haywood. Wells in the 76 moves down to the inside. Haywood back to third. Pierre Berthiaume eyes the same hole off turn number 2. Lindeman has the lead. Mike Wells runs in second. Andy Haywood is third. All over the back bumper is Pierre Berthiaume in the 1 Quebec. And here comes to the outside the 4 of Leon Gagnon. Andy Lindeman, look how Berthiaume snapped to the right going into turn number 1 and almost collected the 4 of Leon Gagnon. Now Gagnon dives down to the inside of Haywood in car number 80. Berthiaume back after Gagnon on the outside as they try to get around the 80 machine of Andy Haywood. Andy Haywood hanging on to third. Leon Gagnon's down on the inside. Berthiaume on the top of the racetrack now. Here comes Gagnon back after him. And behind the battle that is going on for the 4th position, you've got Todd Stone in the G-Stone Motors number 1 out of a qualified spot. He would not pick up handicap. Even if he does, you would think Stone be coming from about the 12th spot on the grid. Berthiaume hanging on to position number 5. Todd Stone trying to get the nose underneath. The leader out front is Andy Lindeman, who takes it to the wall off the 4th turn. He's cruising out front. Big lead over Mike Wells. Andy Haywood, the Roto-Rooter number 80, hanging on to the 3rd spot. Then it's Leon Gagnon. He's got the Eaglefield Ford Riley Ford number 4 hanging on to the 4th spot. Pierre Berthiaume works in 5th. In 6th on the outside, here comes Todd Stone. The G-Stone Motors 1X machine not coming to life, at least not yet in this qualifier. Stone stuck in the 6th spot. He's only gone past the Craig Riel Verizon Wireless CO2. Andy Lindeman with a sizable lead out front over Mike Wells in the 76. Andy Haywood still hanging on to third. Leon Gagnon has not really pushed it, going after Haywood in that 3rd spot. He's still sitting in 4th. Then it's Berthiaume in 5th as they work single file from spots 3, 4, 5, and 6 around the racetrack. Less than 2 to go now for Andy Lindeman. He's got the Dawson's Body Shop number 3 out front. White flag is out, 1 to go for the Post and Kill New York driver. Wells in the number 76 in that second spot. Andy Haywood still holding on to third. Had a couple of challenges in the middle of the qualifier, but let's see if Haywood can hold off Leon Gagnon for that third spot. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be Andy Lindeman in the 3. Second goes to Mike Wells with 76. Andy Haywood is 4th. Leon Gagnon 5th. Pierre Berthiaume, make that Leon Gagnon 4th. Pierre Berthiaume 5th.
On the field, the 8 is Tyler Rhodes, and the 14 is Rob Clark. Clark is the points leader in this division. Here they come. Slow pace off of turn number 4. Green. Flag is out. Well, O'Neill's going to lead him through turns 1 and 2. Foley runs that high groove on the second turn, and he's going to file into the second spot. Here comes Amber Turner in that 86 for the third spot on the outside. Down on the inside, it's the 69 of Johnny Bradley. He's down on the inside trying to hold the third spot. They're side by side for spots 3, 5. Oh, look out, there goes Kane Favreau. Nice job by Rhodes to get on the binders to avoid slamming into Favreau in that 20K. Yellow flag comes out as they were really outside in the number 66. Slow pace again by O'Neill in that number 16. Here they come. Now he's on it. Down to the line. Green. Flag is back out. Again, it's O'Neill down on the inside. Foley filters into the second spot as they race 1, 2, 3, 4 off of turn number 2. It's the 16 of O'Neill, the 66 of Foley, Turner in the 86, and here comes Signs in the 3, looking down to the inside of Turner. Here off of turn number 4, they race, and it's the 3 of Signs taking a peek down to the inside, and he's going to take the 3 spot away at the line. They're 3 wide entering turn number 1 for the 5th spot. Johnny Bradley sideways. Look out, he goes around. See if he can refire that 69 inside. And, well, he's sitting on the bottom of turn number 2 right now, and racing still going on. He's going to wait for that yellow flag. Here it is now, as yellow flag number 2 comes out. Turns 3 and 4 set by that 16 of O'Neill. Gets on it again as he exits turn number 4. Green. Flag is back out. Again, it's O'Neill down on the bottom. That's the hat trick for O'Neill. He's got 3 for 3 on the restart. This time, Amber Turner, though, in the 86 is able to hang around down on the inside. They battle for the second spot. Do Turner and Foley. Down on the inside, the 86 of Turner. Sticks the nose out in front as they come off of turn number 4. Give the second spot to Turner at the halfway point. Foley back to third, and then they're side by side behind him for the 4th spot. LaFountain in the 41 on the inside. Signs in the 3 on the top. Signs in the number 3 gets the advantage. He's going to take the 3 spot away. LaFountain looking for a hole down on the inside. It's not there. They race through turns 3 and 4. The hole develops, and LaFountain races down to the 4th spot off of turn number 4. Fighting back on the outside is Foley in that number 66 car. Here comes the 14 now of Clark. Clark down on the inside with Kane Favreau down on the inside of him. Clark, the points leader in this division, certainly a car you want to keep your eyes on as he works his way through the field. White flag is out this time by for the 16 of Dale O'Neill. O'Neill with just half a track remaining here in qualifier number 1 for the Busch Beer Mini Modifieds. Amber Turner trying to chase him down, not going to be able to do it here in this first qualifier. As he races off of turn number 4, Dale O'Neill is the winner. Amber Turner second. Third's going to go to Rob Signs. Drag race for 4th. On the outside is going to be Rob Clark. And rounding out the top 5 is Curtis LaGrave Jr. And outside the 22 is Chad Collins. Qualifier number 2 for the Mini Mods comes off of turn number 4, and the green flag is out. Well, not the best start for Dave Demore in that number 88. The inside line boxes up, and the outside line is to life. Pete Blaney leads him down the backstretch in that 22B, but here comes Eric Reel and the 45 of Laporte. Laporte in that number 45 sticks the nose down to the inside. Blaney pushes in turn number 4. Here comes the 45B, and he can't get there on lap number 1. Give it to Blaney. Side by side through 1 and 2. Blaney remains on the top of the racetrack. Laporte this time comes through on the inside. Throw a blanket on the top 3 cars as they race into turn number 3. The 02 of Rio is bottom feeding down on the inside, looking for a hold beneath the 45 of Laporte. Hole opens up. Is he going to be able to get there? The answer is no in turn number 1. Pete Blaney in that 22B, where's he going? He's up off of turn number 2. He had to get on the binders, and here comes the 4th place car rather, catches up, but he gets his right side tires off in the backstretch. That's the 13 of LaVarnway. Tyson Drown in the 6 looks down to the inside of Blaney as he still continues to push off of turns 4 and number 2 as we are halfway in this second qualifier for the mini-mods. A little bit of contact that time between the 13 of LaVarn Way and the 22B of Pete Blaney. Uh-oh, look out. Dave Demore with a little bit of retaliation towards the 22 of Chad Collins. They got together in turn number 1 to begin with, and then Demore tried getting him back in turn number 2. Demore's off the pace on the backstretch, but now he's back up to speed. 2 laps to go here for the Busch Beer Mini Modified. It's easy for me to say. Side by side off of turn number 2 now. Eric Riel's making it interesting. Black flag is out for Dave Demore in the 88. Into turn number 3, Riel nearly pulls even as he pushes up the track a little bit. Here comes Laporte fighting back on the outside. It's now Riel down to the inside. Drag race for the lead. It's going to be Riel by about a quarter of a car length. Laporte fights back though in that number 45B. Not the best run off of turn number 2 though. Eric Riel right now with a car length advantage in the 0-2. They race into turn number 3. It's Riel still in the 0-2 on the bottom. Laporte pushes up the track quite a bit. Here comes the 54 of Chris. I don't think he's going to get there, though. Eric Riel's going to win it. Josh Laporte second. Jason Chris third. Fourth to Tyson Drown. And Josh Lavarnway will round out the top 5. Inside Lozier in the 69. It is Mike Finney. Final row on the field. The 35 is Brian McGinley, and the 20 is Jamie LaFountain. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Good start for John Mike Brissett down on the inside. Lonnie Rivers trying to come through on the inside. Ooh, that car had a tough time through turns 1 and 2, and that allows Rico Hernandez to slingshot off the top of the racetrack into the second spot. Here comes Rick Donor looking for the 3 spot on the top of the racetrack. Rivers down on the inside, Donor on the top, and it's going to be Donor by inches for the 3 spot. Rick Donor with a good run that time through 1 and 2. Rivers still fighting a bit of a handle in the bottom of that groove through 1 and 2. Perhaps Rivers wants that R7 up on the top of the Speedway. It is still John Mike Brissett in the lead. Rico Hernandez runs second. Third is Rick Donor. Fourth is the R7 of Lonnie Rivers. And here comes the 69 to life on the top of the racetrack. That is Mike Finney. Finney in that number 69 is 2 life on the top of the racetrack. He is now in the 4th spot, and he's going to throw that car down to the inside of the 98 of Rico Hernandez down the front stretch. Rick Donor was able to get around Rico Hernandez for the 2nd spot. Here comes the 69 of Mike Finney. Finney, no stranger to modifieds. He runs down to the inside of Hernandez and says thank you very much for the inside position. He takes 3rd, and now he's got his eye on Rick Donor, who pushed badly in turn number 4. Well, that was easy. 2 passes and corners 3 and 4 for that 69 of Finney. He is now in the 2nd spot. Here comes Jamie LaFountain out of a rocket ship down to the inside of the R7 of Lonnie Rivers. Rivers trying to get the nose back down to the inside. Can't do it as Rico Hernandez is a blocker up in front. And the 20 of LaFountain now drives to the 4th spot. Out front, it's still John Mike Brissett in the 14. Running him down, though, is the 69. That is Mike Finney. Rick Donor runs 3rd. 4th is Jamie LaFountain. LaFountain, a fast car, too. 5th right now is Lonnie Rivers fighting an ill-handling race car down on the inside. Popsicle sticks are out for that number 14 of John Mike Brissett. Now it's interesting with the 69 of Mike Finney right on the back door. He's got about a lap and a half to try and get around. He's going to do it right now in turn number 3. Looks down to the inside of the 14 of John Mike Brissett. Brissett pushes a little bit off of turn number 4, leaves the inside open. White flag is out. It's still John Mike Brissett by half a car. Oh, not anymore this time through 1 and 2. Mike Finney in the 69 is dialed in down on the inside. He takes the position away off of turn number 2. He is going to cruise to victory as long as he can come off of corner number 4 clean, and he does. John Mike Brissett, 2nd. 3rd is going to go to Rick Donor. 4th to the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Rounding out the top 5 will be the 28 of Eric Nick Haywood. Shotgun on the field. The 54 is Tom Remington, and he is from Saratoga Springs. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Pelkey down on the inside. Look at Jake Branham. Splitting the difference through the middle. Eric Sales is on the top, and he's going to work his way to the 3rd spot as Susie in the 24 backed out of it down on the inside. Sales is still in it on the top of the track. He has the 2nd spot, but he pushes a little bit off of turn number 4, and that allows Branham to come through down on the inside. Nick Haywood in the number 29 now has his eyes on that number 3 spot that is currently held by the 47 of Sales. Haywood in that Budweiser number 29. Haywood coming off of turn number 4 this time looks down to the inside as, whoa, big time sideways is that 47 of Sales. Haywood had to get on the binders to avoid, well, driving right over that number 47 car.
Sales wanted to protect that inside line, and Haywood was just about underneath him, but he had to get on the binders.
Now looking back out front, it's the 24P of Keith Pelkey with a mirror full of that number 1 of Jake Branham. Whoa, look out, contact that time. Backing out of it was the Huntley Trucking 1 of Branham. This time off of turn number 2, Branham pulls almost to the back bumper. About a half a car length behind that 24P. Now this time off of turn number 4, he's going to look down to the inside rather than the top of the racetrack. Drag race to the lead off of turn number 4. Give it to Pelkey still on that number 24. The number 1 down to the inside is the Huntley Trucking car. That is Jake Branham. Branham, he races side by side with the Bill Joyle Designs number 24. And this time off of 4, the 1. Jake Branham takes the lead. As the 24P not going away, though, he trying to get back on the inside, although not a great run that time off of turn number 2. Eric Sales is still holding off the 29 of Haywood for the 3rd spot. Haywood does run 4th. 5th right now is Chris Susi. 6th is Travis Bruno, and Tom Remington can see them all with 2 laps to go. Down to the inside this time, Nick Haywood looks off of turn number 2. Can't get it to stick off of turn number 2. The 47 of Sales works on the top of the racetrack, uses that progressive banking. Now he comes down to the inside to hold that line. White flag is out, 1 to go for Jake Branham. Jake Branham in the Huntley Trucking number 1. We've seen him struggle at times, but he is back on his game tonight with just half a lap remaining. Here he comes now through corners 3 and 4. He is going to win heat race number 2. Jake Branham wins it. Second's going to go to Keith Pelkey. 3rd, Nick Haywood. 4th, the 47 of Eric Sales. Rounding out the top 5 will be the 24 of Chris Susi.
Out the evening, feature number 1 of 5. About to take the green flag. Here they come. Off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Green flag is out. Tyler Terry from the inside front row leads the field into turns 1 and 2 and now down the backstretch. Joe Warren in car number 13 trying to move up on the outside. Let's see if he wants to follow that outside line. No, going to bring it down to the inside. Follow Tyler Terry, who will be the leader of lap number 1. Tyler Terry leads the first lap. Joe Warren in the second spot. Rob Gordon peaked 3 wide down on the inside line, but thought better of it. That line was taken away by Josh LeClaire. They're running side by side for the 3rd spot. Here comes Don Franklin on the outside. He's got the nose in front for the 3rd spot. And it's Josh LeClaire running in 4th. Side by side battle for 5th behind him. It's Rob Gordon, the H2O, and Jason McClatchy in car number. Oh, there goes Gordon down to the inside line. Hang on to it, Rob Gordon, as he races up into turn number 1. Well, he was wrestling that steering wheel left and then right, hanging on to the H2O. Gordon made a 3-wide move off of turn number 4 and had to get out the lasso to get that car pointed straight again into turn number 1. He lost several spots, though, and that may well cost him a chance to win tonight for the H2O roll drilling machine. Tyler Terry in the 44 leading. It's a 3-car length advantage over car number 13 and Joe Warren. Warren in the second spot. Then it is Don Franklin at car number 69. He wants to go now, and he looks down to the inside. Don Franklin, car number 69, Subway on the hood, and he is trying to grab the second spot from Joe Warren. Leader Tyler Terry. Don Franklin and Joe Warren about to battle for that second spot. Jason McClatchy runs in the 4th position. Richie Turner, the point leader, is 5th. Here comes Lance Raptoy moving down to the inside. Raptoy wants to go. A battle for second. They touch it at turn number 4. Down the front stretch, a drag race to the line. Franklin was sideways off 4, and he had second of the stripe. Joe Warren at car number 13 sliding back a little bit with that 13 car. Then it's Jason McClatchy in car number 70 running in the 4th spot. They run door to door for the 5th position into the 3rd turn. Lance Raptoy in car number 11, and then it's the 17 of Turner. Out front, it's all Tyler Terry. Terry started on point. Had the lead into 1 and 2, was able to pull away the first few laps, and he is pulling away every single lap from Don Franklin in the number 69. Jason McClatchy has moved to 3rd. McClatchy the winner in week number 1, and going with him is Lance Raptoy. Raptoy in car number 11 trying to grab the 4th spot on the inside of Joe Warren the 13. That Warren 13 sliding again as Richie Turner is thinking 3 wide into turn number 2. Warren pushed up the racetrack right in front of Richie Turner. That broke his momentum, and it allows the 43 of Josh Terry to move underneath. He'll grab the 5th spot away from Joe Warren, who continues to slide backwards with the number 13. Tyler Terry leading out front. It's a sizable advantage. Don Franklin in car number 69 in the 3rd spot. McClatchy in car number 70. Make that second is Franklin. McClatchy 3rd with a 70. Lance Raptoy running strong in car number 40. McClatchy really pushed that last lap over in turn number 2. Raptoy thought about moving underneath. Here's McClatchy again, sideways off the 4th turn. Raptoy trying to get the nose underneath for 3rd. Lance Raptoy has the Culligan 11 moving to the inside in turn number 2. Lance Raptoy coming through down the backstretch. McClatchy gets the right side tires off in the bunker in the backstretch, and it's going to cost him the spot. Lance Raptoy is 3rd. Jason McClatchy is 4th. Josh Terry runs in the 5th spot with car number 43. Bill Donor goes for a spin over in the third turn with car number 48, and that is going to bring out a yellow flag, as the yellow better than the 11 of Lance Raptoy. All right, they're ready to run. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag is out. Tyler Terry, Don Franklin side by side. They fight for the lead into turn number 2. Franklin tries to take advantage of the progressive banking down the backstretch, trying to draw even. He will. Puts the nose out in front, going to turn number 3. Tyler Terry coming back on the inside line. It's Franklin on the top. Terry down on the inside. Drag race down the line. For the lead, it's Donnie Franklin to lead lap number 11. Don Franklin takes the lead that lap. Tyler Terry coming back after him on the inside. Franklin down the backstretch, half a car length, the advantage on the outside. Terry is right with him. Here comes Lance Raptoy still running third. Jason McClatchy going after him on the top of the racetrack. Don Franklin sideways off the fourth turn. He'll make the pass of Tyler Terry. He's your new leader. Don Franklin in car number 69 leads by a half car length. He's a little loose over in turn number 2, though. Tyler Terry trying to take advantage. It's a car length disadvantage for car 44. He's on the top. Here comes car number 11 underneath. Lance Raptoy in the 11 car trying to get underneath the 44 for second as we're halfway. Donnie Franklin in car number 69. Lance Raptoy, car number 11, taking the second spot. Tyler Terry back to third in the 44. And Richie Turner, the point leader, in car number 17, trying to get to the show spot. Right now it's Turner in the fourth position. Back in fifth, it's Jason McClatchy. We go back through the field. Sixth is Rob Gordon. Seventh is Curtis Seymour. Eighth is Josh Terry. Ninth is Joe Warren. And rounding out the top 10 is Rob Favreau in the number 22. Battle for third. Richie Turner in car number 17, trying to move underneath Tyler Terry in car number 44. Since the restart, the 44 machine has been losing positions. He's about to lose third to Richie Turner. That restart was not what the 44 wanted, as the 17 grabs third, the 44 sliding back, and keep an eye on the battle for the lead. Don Franklin, the 69, seems to be losing the handle on that car, and Lance Raptoy's number 11 is hooked down on the inside. Lance Raptoy trying to look underneath down the front stretch as they go to 1. Franklin is able to hold him off this lap into turn number 2. Again, he pushes in the second turn. Raptoy trying to get the nose underneath. Lance Raptoy looking for his first win of the year. Don Franklin looking for his first victory of the season. Franklin on the outside still has the lead into turn number 4. Lance Raptoy coming after him on the inside. Raptoy draws closer that lap. Gets on the binders heavy into turn number 1. You can see the smoke on the left front. Now it's Raptoy even in the middle of the backstretch. Don Franklin trying to hang on the lead, but it's Lance Raptoy with a nose underneath. Side by side battle for the lead. They race into turn number 4. Franklin sideways off turn number 4. Down the line, it's still Donnie Franklin. Don Franklin still had the lead by a couple of feet at the start-finish line. Now Richie Turner's in the mix. Could be a 3-car battle for the lead. Turner had a peak that time off of turn number 2 down to the inside of Raptoy. Lance Raptoy still underneath. Oh, look out, they touch! Sideways is Franklin. Here comes Turner through. And the 11 boots the tire back up into the turn number 4. Yellow flag is out. Richie Turner moves through. As all kinds of chaos ensues over in the fourth turn. There was contact between the 11 and the 69 in the fourth turn. The 69 of Don Franklin had been fighting a loose condition, but that's, Tyler Terry's number 44 torn up on the front of his car, the right front tire. Significant is Mark Caron in the 5. The junk is beautiful too for Metal Man is 10th, and Lance Raptoy in number 11 is 11th. All right, ready to go again. Here they come, off 4. Green flag is out. Now this is deja vu. Earlier in the year, we had a similar restart late in a race. Richie Turner on the inside. He said he preferred to run his car on the top of the racetrack, but that's where Jason McClatchy was. And McClatchy was able to eventually pass Turner and win the race. It happened back on the first week of the season. It's deja vu all over again, but a different result this time, as Turner has the car hooked down on the inside and he's able to hang on to the lead off the restart. Back in week 1, he could not hold off McClatchy, who was on the top of the track. And that was where Turner's car was hooked up. But tonight, running solid down on the inside. Holds serve, holds the lead. McClatchy is second, and here comes Josh Terry after him in the 43. Rob Gordon in the H2O is also in the mix for that third spot. It's Gordon down on the inside, Josh Terry on the outside with car number 43. Richie Turner's lead is 3 car lengths going to 3. The battle continues for that third spot. Rob Gordon on the inside is going to take it. Gordon into the fourth turn and down the front stretch is up to third. Josh Terry back to fourth on the outside, but not giving up without a fight. He's coming back after him on the outside line. Jason McClatchy in the 70 pushing in turn number 2. The battle may be on soon for that second spot if Rob Gordon can keep it glued down to the inside line. Richie Turner pulling away as they battle for spots 2, 3, and 4 right behind him. Turner's lead is now up to about 8 car lengths off the second turn. Jason McClatchy holding on to second, but for how much longer? Rob Gordon pulling up to his door into turn number 3. Gordon has the H2O running side by side off the 4th turn as they race to the line. 2 laps to go for Richie Turner. Robert Gordon in the H2O and Jason McClatchy continue to duke it out for that second spot. Turner loves that battle in his rearview mirror because he is checking out on the rest of the field. Here comes Rob Gordon in the H2O. Gordon through on the inside will have second. Jason McClatchy back to third with a 70 car. The white flag is out for Richie Turner. The point leader is going to extend the point lead in week number 3. Richie Turner about to break into the win column. The Fairfax, Vermont driver, final time off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Checkered flag for Richie Turner. Second will be Rob Gordon. Third, Jason McClatchy. Fourth, Josh Terry. Fifth, Curtis Seymour. Sixth, Rob Favreau. Close at the line for 7th. Looked like it might have been Joe Warren for 7th. 8th, Lance Raptoy. And Mark.
Richie Turner will now take his victory lap in that number 17 car. As he might have a collision over there with the Airborne trolley. Better be careful as he goes down the backstretch. So the points leader here in this Renegade division, he had the points lead via consistency, and now he picks up win number 1 for that number 17 team on the 2013 season. As he now parks the 17 in victory lane. Jay McClatchy going over to give him congratulations on the first win of the season. Richie, a longtime driver here at the Speedway in both what was the Tiger division. Now he's back in a Renegade. Rob Knowles is downstairs standing by, and we'll throw it his way. Rob?
All right, thanks, Robbie. We're waiting for Richie Turner to climb out of his race car, and when he does, we'll bring him around to this side. I know you'll give him a good round of applause. Richie Turner, the point leader, with his first win of the year. Here he is, everybody, from Fairfax, Vermont. Give him a nice round of applause, Richie Turner. Well, earlier this year in week number 1, you had a late race restart where you were on the inside. Jason McClatchy was on the outside, and he won. The difference, your car really was hooked up tonight down on the inside line. Wherever you wanted it to go, it seemed to really handle.
Yeah, we tried changing some things on it, and it definitely helped. But a lot of it helped that last wreck that we had because I just kind of drove it around him. But
well, I want to ask you about that. You were in the 3rd spot. You had just challenged. It looked like thinking about a 3-wide move over in the 2nd turn and then going into 3 and 4. Tell me what you saw. You probably had the best vantage point. And I'll tell you what we saw. You stayed in it the whole time on the inside line.
yeah, I was just hoping for the best that they weren't going to come back down. But I could see them. They were both sliding up the track, so I was going in high and trying to dive under coming out.
Well, you're off to a great start. You're the point leader. You win for the first time this year. You'll increase your point lead off to a real fine start in 2013.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my the crew, everybody for coming. Dan Turner's Automotive, Turner Racing, everybody for helping.
All right, that's Richie Turner, everybody. He wins for the first time this year. We'll talk quickly. Number, scratch that, row number 9. Here comes the field off turn number 4 down to the green flag. Spit it out. It is Patrick Dupree leading the field off a 2 down the backstretch. Dupree leading by 3 car lengths over the 3 of Andy Lindeman. Then it's the 80 of Andy Haywood. Leading lap number 1, it's the pistol Patrick Dupree. Oh, Foley's in trouble. Foley's in trouble along the front stretch. George Foley off the pace. Last week's winner, George Foley, his car comes to a halt. 2. All right, ready to run. Here they come off turn number 4 down the line. Green flag back out. Dupree in the 24, Lindeman in the 3, Chris Kay with a bit of a tap from the 97 to Chris Vernold off the second turn. Here comes Andy Haywood on the inside of the Lindeman 3. Dupree started on point, led the first lap. He's about to lead lap. Oh, look out, we got trouble in the back. Problems in the back. One car backing into the infield. row 3. Adam Barnaby in the X, Mike LeBrecht in the number 99, row 4. And then Gagnon in the 4 and Mueller in the 19 in row number 5. All right, they're on the hammer. Here they come off turn number 4, down the line, green flag. Dupree again will set sail off the second turn. Down the backstretch, Lindeman with a better job this time. He'll hang with him into turn number 3. Andy Haywood has that third spot. Wheel to wheel they run. Oh, Chris K almost darted right towards the wall as the 97 of Arnold was able to move underneath. Not sure if they touched wheels going to the fourth turn, but the way the 18 behaved, that seemed to be characteristic of almost a wheel jump from the 18. The 97 of Arnold moves through into the fourth spot. Arnold runs in fourth. Chris K.A. is fifth in the 18. Sixth is the X for Adam Barnaby. Running in seventh, it is the 4 car for Leon Gagnon. Here comes Todd Stone, already up to ninth. Stone is on a mission. Keep an eye on the 1X. Todd Stone now up to ninth. He's moved underneath Mike Wells, who is rounding out the top 10. Patrick Dupree leads. Andy Lindeman is some 10 car lengths behind Dupree. Then it's Andy Haywood in the 83rd. Here comes Vernold. Vernold with a peek down to the inside, going to 3. Haywood closes the door. Andy Haywood, number 80 machine, sometimes difficult to get around that 80 car. Vernold's going to have to try to do it. Vernold runs in fourth. Running in fifth is Chris K.A. Sixth is Adam Barnaby. Here comes Leon Gagnon moving underneath, trying to grab the 6th spot. Oh, Gagnon had to get on the binders, clipped the tire down to the inside, but the left front tire for Leon Gagnon stays in one piece. Todd Stone, though, moves around the 4. Leon Gagnon, left front tire, slapped one of those white tires on the inside of the racetrack, but he was able to get a fortunate break in that situation because the tire is still intact. Todd Stone is on the move. Stone is up to 6th to the G-Stone Motors 1X. Here comes Gagnon trying to get around the X of Adam Barnaby. He will do that. Out front it is Patrick Dupree. Dupree cruising to a lead of almost half the front stretch over Andy Lindeman. Andy Haywood in the 80 sitting in 3rd. Chris Vernold, the 97, is 4th. Chris K.A. runs in 5th in car number 18. Running in the 6th spot, it is Todd Stone in the 1X. Stone has already picked up. Remember, he started 18th. He has moved to 6th. He's gained 12 spots in about 7 laps. Now diving down to the inside of K.A. K.A. was able to close the door and keep him at bay for now. Todd Stone in the 1X again draws up on the back bumper of Chris K.A. working into turn number 3. Patrick Dupree continues to maintain the lead over Andy Lindeman. Andy Haywood works in 3rd. Chris Vernold has not been able to challenge for that 3rd spot. K.A. running in position number 5. 6th is still Todd Stone. Leon Gagnon is 7th. 8th is Adam Barnaby. Jesse Mueller is closing in on him. Mueller is in the 9th spot and rounding out the top 10, Max Vienne. He's in a battle right now with Pierre Bertillon. Todd Stone again took a peek down to the inside of turns 1 and 2, but could not get underneath Chris K.A.'s number 18. Into turn number 3. This time he'll go to the top of the racetrack. Here comes Todd Stone cruising around the outside of Chris K.A. Todd Stone takes the position. He's into the top 5. And he's closing in quickly on Andy Haywood and Chris Vernold. Todd Stone has the G-Stone Motors 1X into the top 5. Chris Vernold, the 97, has been snookered behind the 80 of Andy Haywood. Haywood pushes up in 4. Vernold is in it down the front stretch going to 1. Chris Vernold has racing room to the inside. Here comes Vernold trying to get underneath the 80. Todd Stone wants to hook to the back bumper. Here they got room under Haywood. Vernold, the 97, will go to the 3rd spot. Chris Vernold has 3rd. Andy Haywood drops down in line behind him. He is now 4th. Todd Stone running in 5th. He's going to try to get underneath in 2, and there he goes. Todd Stone has the 4th spot away, make that the 5th spot away from Andy Haywood. Halfway for the pistol, Patrick Dupree. 15 down for Dupree tonight. His lead is still 12 car lengths over Andy Lindeman. Then it's a big gap back to Chris Vernold in the 97. Todd Stone is now 4th in the 1X. 5th is Andy Haywood in the number 80. Running at 6 is Chris K.A. 7th is Leon Gagnon in the 4. 8th is Mueller in the 19. 9th is Pierre Bertillon. The X of Adam Barnaby rounds out the top 10. Running in 11th is the 25 of Max Vienne. 12th is Mike Wells. 13th is Roger Lebrecht. 14th is Craig Riel. 15th, Aaron Barnaby in the B3. 16th is Mike Lebrecht. And 17th is the 55 of Matt Woodruff. 18th is the 327 of Dan Brown. Already down a lap is the 02 of Mike Riel as the field works around the 02 machine. Patrick Dupree continues to cruise out front. The lead is down, though. It's now about 8 car lengths over the 3 of Lindeman. Lindeman trying to chase him down. You could see the 24 light up the right rear tire that last lap. Let's see if Patrick's car may be going away a little bit. Patrick Dupree's lead is shrinking, and Andy Lindeman is on it. Lindeman is trying to chase him down, and he is biting into the advantage lap by lap. That last lap, it was a 16.5 for Dupree, and Lindeman turned a 16.4. So Lindeman is faster. The lead is down to 3 car lengths. Patrick Dupree still showing the way, but Andy Lindeman is closing in on the back bumper as they go around Dan Brown. Inside, 10 laps remaining now for leader Patrick Dupree, but Andy Lindeman is there on the back bumper. Lindeman dives down for the lead. Here he comes along the front stretch. Almost dead even. Dupree still had the lead at the line. Andy Lindeman is underneath in turn number 2. The Post and Kill New York drivers got the lead down the back stretch going to 3. Andy Lindeman drives past the 24 of Patrick Dupree. Dupree trying to come back after him off 4. Can't do it. Lindeman's the leader. Andy Lindeman shows the way with a 3. Patrick Dupree now in second. Third is Vernal. Fourth is still Todd Stone. A gap back to the 80 of Andy Haywood in the 5th spot. 6th is Leon Gagnon. 7th is Mueller. 8th is K.A. Here comes Bert Diome after him for 8th. Battle for the 8th spot. Andy Lindeman trying to pull away from Patrick Dupree. Lindeman's lead is up to 5 car lengths, and he is checking out on Dupree into turn number 3. Heavy traffic, though. They're running wheel to wheel in front of the leader, and he may chase them down by the time they get back to 3 and 4 the next lap. 24 laps showing complete. Lindeman continues to pull away from Patrick Dupree. That last lap, he was 0.2 of a second faster than the 24. Todd Stone in the 4th spot. He is losing ground to the 97 of Chris Vernal. Now the leader, Lindeman, goes around Mike Riel. He's got the 55 of Matt Woodruff in front. He's running wheel to wheel right with the 99. He flies around him on the outside. Patrick Dupree closing in as the 3 of Lindeman works to lap traffic. Again, Woodruff goes around the outside of the B3. He is racing for position. And now Lindeman only has to negotiate the 55 of Woodruff, who has almost been a security patrol out front for the 3. He's just followed him around the racetrack. Lindeman in turn number 1, following Woodruff. Woodruff works a middle now high line off of turn number 2. He's not really holding Lindeman up, though. Dupree is still a good 10 car lengths behind race leader Andy Lindeman. Lindeman working off the 4th turn down the line. 2 laps to go for Andy Lindeman. Looking for his first career win in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. The Post and Kill New York driver works into turn number 4, comes down the front stretch, 1 lap away from his first career victory. But Dawson's Body Shop number 3 sails off into turn number 2. He's got a clean track in front of him. Down the backstretch, Andy Lindeman with a half backstretch lead over the 24. He is going to get his first career victory. Here he comes off 4 down the line. Andy Lindeman is the winner. Second goes to Patrick Dupree in the 24. Finishing 3rd, Chris Vernal. 4th is Todd Stone. And finishing in the 5th spot, it's going to be Jesse Mueller in the 19. 6th was Leon Gagnon. Ooh, they get on the binders over in turn number 2.
Well, Rob is headed trackside. He will get a word with the Dawson's Auto Body number 3 from Post and Kill. Andy Lindeman. Lindeman with an amazing pass off of turn number 4 as he worked around the outside of the lap car in turn number 3, was able to clear the lap car about halfway through corners 3 and 4, and then dove down to the inside of the pistol Patrick Dupree to take away what appeared to be a win for Patrick Dupree tonight. That number 3 was very strong and came through inside the last 10 laps of this Ernie's Discount Tools Modified feature. Pat's out of his car right now. Give him a nice round of applause for a second place finish tonight. Also, when you see Chris Vernal exit his car as he is now, give him a nice round of applause as he drives home to the number 3 spot tonight. Rob Knowles is standing aside the Dawson's Auto Body number 3, and he is waiting to get a word with tonight's winner in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. Rob?
Well, first career victories are always pretty cool, and this is one for Andy Lindeman.
In the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car Modified Division, he has his helmet off, unbuckling, and when he climbs out of his car, I know you'll give him a big round of applause. He's still getting his hat on and adjusting the buckles. And here he comes out, everybody. First career win here at Airborne in the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car 358 Modifieds. Let him hear it. This is Andy Lindeman.
Brand new car ain't standing on the roof. Yeah.
Andy said it's a brand new car and he's not going to go stand on the roof. Come on over here, Andy.
Thank you.
Well, it is a brand new race car, and for much of this race, 10 to 12 car lengths behind Pat in the 24, but then around lap number 20, his car started to go away, and you were able to chase him down pretty quickly. This car remained pretty consistent throughout.
It did. It really held up well and didn't change much at all. And it's such a new car to me, so I just started changing my driving style a little bit and really came in. I have to thank Pete Chuckta for building me such a great race car. This is the only one of its kind right now, but I know he's going to be building more. This is awesome. I want to dedicate to this race to my mom. I lost her like a year and a half ago, so I just want to dedicate this to her. I want to thank all the fans. I want to thank all the sponsors. What a great racetrack this is to come race at. And all my sponsors. I guess I got everything.
You've won here before in the old truck series, but your story is one of perseverance, because when you first moved into this race, the 358 division, it was a struggle, and there was a learning curve, and I think you probably could have said, that's it, I've had enough of that, and maybe I'll go back and do something else that I'm more comfortable with. So I think it's a real credit to you. You've persevered, and to get a checkered flag, it's pretty rewarding now.
Absolutely. This is awesome. I'm not much of being one for a quitter, so I know we went through a lot, especially the first 2 weeks here. We wrecked this brand new race car twice, so yeah, to come back and be able to win it on the third time out, that's awesome. Matches the number on the side of it.
Enjoy it, Andy. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Andy Lindeman who gets the victory.
7 rows back on the inside. Pete Blaney on the outside. He set a real slow pace in the qualifier. Let's see when he gets on it now. Pete Blaney wants to go on the outside. Pete Blaney steps on it. Now O'Neill steps on it on the inside. Green. Flag is out. O'Neill with a good jump. They're 3 wide already going into turn number 1. The 22 of Pete Blaney comes down. Look out, a little bit of contact between the 86 and the 22 as they dice for position down the backstretch. 3 wide into turn number 4, or turn number 3 rather. Amber Turner down on the inside of the turn. In the middle, it's Laporte, and on the far outside, it's Rob Saenz. Smooth sailing right now for Dale O'Neill up front, but they're slicing and dicing for position. Spots 2 through about 10. Pete Blaney, bad loose that time in 2. Amber Turner comes through on the inside. So does the 45B of Josh Laporte. They're 3 wide in the middle of 3. The 3 of Saenz working the outside. The 6 tied round in the middle, and they're bringing Eric Riel with them. Down on the far bottom of the racetrack, it's the 54 for Jason Chris. He looks down to the inside of the 41 of Tim LaFountain. LaFountain, though, pulls away down the backstretch as LaFountain secures the 8 spot. Off of turn number 4, LaFountain and Chris race side by side with another good side-by-side battle behind them, being Rob Clark and Kane Favreau, the young rookie. Look out, there goes the 2 cars over the top of turn number 2. The 22B of Pete Blaney and the 3 of Rob Saenz, they got together. They'll keep it going at the back of the racetrack, and we will stay under green. Out front, it's still Dale O'Neill cruising in front of this field of mini modifieds. Josh Laporte does run second. Third is Amber Turner. Fourth right now is a battle between Tyson Drown on the inside and the 02 of Riel on the outside. They'll race right now down off of turn number 4. Give that spot to Riel. Back to 5th is the 6th of Ty Drown. 6th is the 54 of Jason Chris. 7th, Rob Clark. 8th, the 13 of Josh Lavarnway. 9th, Tim LaFountain in the 41. And rounding out the top 10 is the 20K of Kane Favreau. Field is strung out right now as Dale O'Neill is cruising in that number 16 car. We've seen him start on point the last couple of weeks, but last week he wasn't able to get anything done. Problems on the 8 for Tyler Rhodes. Rhodes headed pit side with that number 8. He takes the number 8 down pit road. Eric Riel in the 02. looks down on the inside of Amber Turner. He takes the third spot away. Tyson Drown looking to come through down on the inside as well. Don't count out Jason Chris. Jason Chris, bonsai move down on the inside. He's going to take the fourth spot away as they enter turn number 3. Perhaps it looked like he caught a piece of the safety tire down on the inside as sparks flew as he got the left front tire down into the grass. Doesn't appear to be any problem on that number 54 as he's cleared the 6 of Tyson Drown and is looking to get by the 86 of Amber Turner. Turner holds position right now on the top of the racetrack, but Chris fights right back down on the inside. Chris in the 54, looks her in the eye, goes right by, and takes the 4th spot away.
You know, full marks to Amber Turner, doing a much better job this year and running in the top 5 for much of this race.
Amber Turner, real young driver in this division, certainly having a pretty good year so far. Not to say last year she wasn't good. She came on at the end of the season. Certainly you could tell she was a rookie at the beginning of the year, just getting the learning curve. At the end of the year, kind of stepped up her game and then started off 2013 very strong.
And barring a caution flag, this has Dale O'Neill written all over the checkered flag.
Yeah, Dale O'Neill out front by quite a bit. I'd say about 3/4 of a straightaway. Back to the 2nd spot, it is Josh Laporte, and then Eric Rios trying to run down Josh Laporte for the 2nd spot. 4th is the 54 of Jason Chris, and Amber Turner right now in that 5th spot. Amber Turner holding off a challenge. Here comes the 13 of Lavarnway on the top of the racetrack. Tyson Drown's going to put it up on the top of the racetrack as well, try and follow Lavarnway around on the top of the racetrack. Not going away on the bottom is Turner. Turner in that 86 holds strong, but it is Lavarnway that's going to get the position off the 4th turn.
It's shaping up to be a green to checkers run for the
Laporte pushed up off of turn number 2, and here comes Riel down to the inside. Eric Riel takes that position away with popsicle sticks out for Dirty Dale O'Neill. Laporte trying to fight back in the 45B on the top of the racetrack against the 02 of Riel. Can't do it through 1 and 2. Riel pretty good through corners 1 and 2 down on the inside. Here comes Laporte, shoots down to the inside. They're side by side right now for the 2nd spot as they race into turn number 4. White flag is out for Dale O'Neill, and the battle is on for 2nd. On the top of the racetrack, give it to Riel by about a half a car. Trying to fight back down on the inside is Laporte. Again, a good run off of turn number 2 for the 02 of Riel. Dale O'Neill's got a couple of lap cars up in front of him. Shouldn't be a problem. The 86 of Turner has looped it on the backstretch. Checkered flag is going to be out for the 16 of Dale O'Neill. He wins it. 2nd's going to be Eric Riel. 3rd to Josh Laporte. 4th is going to be Jason Chris. 5th is going to go to Lavarnway. 6th to Clark. 7th to Drown. 8th LaFountain. 9th will go to the 22 of Collins. And 10th is going to be the 69 of Johnny Bradley. So nice job by Dale O'Neill.
Battle with Josh Laporte to get to that 2nd spot. Josh pushed up the track with about 3 laps to go in the 2nd turn, and that opened up room on the inside for Eric Riel. And Eric was able to race home in 2nd. Josh Laporte finishes in the 3rd position. Jason Chris just outside the top 3. Good point night for Jason. He'll close the gap on point leader Rob Clark. Clark had a 6-point lead coming into this race. Josh Laporte has climbed out of his car. He finishes in the 3rd spot with the 45. Eric Riel about to get out of the 02, and Dale O'Neill returning the checkered flag to the...
From his number 16. Just waiting for him to climb out of the car. Nice job by Laporte and Riel to finish 2-3. Give him a nice round of applause. Here he is, Dale O'Neill. Went over so we can get you on camera. Dale, nice job. It's certainly nice when you can start on the point, but this car certainly was hooked up, and the green to checkered helped you out. But nice job tonight, and the car seemed like it was pretty good.
Yeah, we were pretty good since we unloaded today. Made a few adjustments after the heat race, and it was pretty good in the feature. I can't complain.
The first couple of weeks, it seemed like there were problems with the car, obviously with handicap. Started out front. Talk about how the car's been this year for you, and certainly tonight. Real good night out front, and this car was definitely cruising.
We made changes over the winter. We had issues with the steering the first week, so this week we went back to what we had last year and worked out real good.
All right, well, nice job. Win number 1.
Thank you. I want to thank DMO Motors and my brother and my dad.
All right, that's Dale O'Neill. He wins the mini modifieds.
5 laps the distance. We've got another special guest starter. We don't know his name, though. It's not Rhonda Barber this time, that's for sure. Here they come. Sportsman Modifieds. They box it up a little bit. Green. Flag is out. And with the assist from Sherm Hamill, we are under green. Look out. Turn number 2. Rick Donor was a little bit sideways. The 69 of Mike Finney nearly got into the side of him. They straighten things out down the back stretch through 3 and 4, and leader of lap number 1 is going to be John Mike Brissett.
No nearly about it. The right front of Finney coming into contact with the left rear tire of the 91 of Donor in turn 2 on lap 1.
Out front it is now the 24. Look out, 3 wide down on the inside. Sales backs out of that one in the middle. He was eating a sandwich and he backed out, but the leader is the 24P of Keith Pelkey. John Mike Brissett runs second. Oh, look out. Problems for that number 47 as he's bad loose and they box it up. Getting into the back end of Mike Finney was the 20 and the 47 of Eric Sales is off the pace. Must be a tire down on that number 47 car. He comes around in front of us as he got mixed up. He's got the hand out the window and he's going to take that 47 back to the garage area. Left front. No left front on that car anymore. Out front's 24P, that is Keith Pelkey. 24 behind it, that's a mirror image, that's a 24S, Kevin Susi. Chris Susi, rather. And behind is the 14, John Mike Brissett. They run 1, 2, 3. Look at Mike Finney dirt tracking it literally down on the inside of turns 1 and 2 in that number 69 car. He passes Rick Donor down on the inside. Donor back to 5th.
There were 2 machines, Rob, in qualifying that I thought really stood out. One of them was Finney in the 69. The other was Jake Branham in the 1. Branham got snookered behind the 47 of Sales when he had the left front tire go down. And that cost him a spot, particularly the spot to Finney. And that may be a decisive move because Finney is on a rail. He's charging to the front and Branham is trying to hang with him.
Jake Branham runs 6th. 7th right now is Eric Lozier. 8th, the 29 of Mick Haywood. 9th is the 20 of Jamie LaFountain, and 10th right now the 33 of Travis Bruno. Look at the 20 of Jamie LaFountain go on the top of the racetrack. He's side by side with Nick Haywood. Haywood, the points leader. LaFountain sits second. They race side by side off the 4th turn. 10 points separate them, remember. Outside in the Marcia Holmes, number 20. He tries to get around the 29 of Haywood. Meanwhile, picking him off up towards the front is the 69 of Mike Finney. Finney down on the inside of the 14. He has the 3rd spot. The 24P of Pelkey sideways that time in turn number 2. That allowed the 24S to close a couple of car lengths on the lead. But still, out of the ballpark right now as Keith Pelkey has about an 8 car length lead over the 24S of Kevin Susi. Chris Susi. 3rd is still the 69. That is Finney. 4th, John Mike Brissett. Rick Donor holds the 5 spot right now. Jake Branham is still pinned down behind Rick Donor in that number 91. Lozier trying to find a way by the 1 of Jake Branham. Battle for second now. Mike Finney takes a peek down on the inside of Susi. Susi shuts the door in turn number 3. Look out, Rick Donor spun it in turn number 3. And he is up off the backstretch. On the bottom, Susi on the top. Here they come. Pelkey gets on it early. Washes up the track. Green. Flag is out. The 24S of Susi was able to come down in front of the 69 of Finney as the 24P of Pelkey washed up to the top of the track, took away the momentum of Susi. Susi came down, and then that inside line moving forward never happened. Nick Haywood in the number 29 now trying to crack into the top 5 as he's battling on the back door of the 1 of Jake Branham. Haywood in that number 29 looks down on the inside as they go into turn number 3. Nothing there. Here comes Travis Bruno moving down on the inside. He works around the 20 of LaFountain and then now is side by side with the 28 of Lozier. Nick Haywood, good run this time off of turn number 2. Branham pushed up the track. Haywood now trying to come through for 5th. Nick Haywood in that number 29 pulls even off of turn number 4 and then in fact in 1 of Branham a little sideways at the halfway point. Mike Finney takes that 69 up to the top of the racetrack. Finney wants to go now to the top of 24 of Susi. He takes away the second spot, and he now has his eyes on the leader, the 24P of Keith Pelkey.
We talked about how there was a first-time winner in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. The top 3 drivers now on the racetrack looking there for their first career win in the Sportsman Modifieds.
Out front, it is Pelkey. Finney runs second, and third is the other 24 of Susie. That time, the 20 of LaFountain kicked up a ton of stones and dirt. Off of corner number 4. Here comes Mike. Now look out! That's trouble up into the Jersey barrier out there on the backstretch. Finney hooked the 24 of Pelkey. And the yellow flag is out.
The 24 of Keith Pelkey had the inside line coming off of turn number 2. Mike Finney quickly out of his car to go over and check on the 24 of Pelkey. You can see as the smoke clears from the bunker, Pelkey's car headed right towards the Jersey barrier in front of that Morrisonville septic sign. It appears as though they hooked on the left rear quarter panel.
Finney had a real good run off of turn number 2.
On the outside.
On the outside. And then he tried to shoot down to the bottom.
Pelkey was down on the inside. Pelkey's car came up towards the top of the race. Down 10 to go here against Robbie.
Susie leads the field right here. Very slow restart. Now he gets on it coming off of turn number 4. Green. Flag is back out. Well, it is Susie in that number 24. He holds the lead. Here comes Trav Bruno down to the inside of John Mike Brissett for the third spot. Bruno shoots down to the inside into turn number 3, trying to bring Jake Branham with him on the back door. Branham pushes up the track, though, and he will not be able to come through down to the inside. Out front, it is still Susie holding off Nick Haywood, the points leader. Right now, the 28 of Lozier is looking down to the inside of the 1 of Branham, but Branham shuts the door going into turn number 3. Coming off of turn number 4, door opens up again. Lozier appears to be hooked down to the inside. Nick Haywood with a peek down to the inside. Shutting the door is the Thomas English Muffins 24 for Susie. Nick Haywood is hanging out, biding his time. He is just waiting for that 24 to slip up just enough for him to slide down underneath, because Travis Bruno has caught up to about 2 car lengths behind the 29 of Nick Haywood. The 29 certainly playing with the number 24 right here, as there's no doubt that 29 has enough underneath him, because the 24 is slowing down tremendously going into the corner to try and hold his line. 5 laps to go this time around. Does Nick Haywood play the cards now? Nick Haywood in that number 29 looks down to the inside, still doesn't go yet. 5 laps to go.
Well, the thing that could really help Susie here is if Bruno can get in the mix and perhaps challenge for that second spot. Then if there's a battle for second, that might allow Susie to bide his time and get home to the checkered flag.
It's still Susie out front. Nick Haywood waiting in that number 29. Now 4 laps to go for Nick Haywood to try and find a way around, and Nick Haywood looked high. Now he's going to look low this time. And he still can't get there off of turn number 2, but the 33 of Bruno's hanging around. Trav Bruno in that third spot.
If Nick Haywood's going to make a move, Rob, I think he's going to make it over in turn number 2, because that's where the 24 seem to be pushing the most.
All right, 3 to go this time. The 29 of Nick Haywood gets on the gas in turn number 2, tries to look down to the inside, can't get there. Now into turn number 3, Susie's holding him off.
Oh, this would be a great story, Rob. This would be a real upset if Chris Susie could win.
Pushes up the track. Popsicle sticks are out for Chris Susie with Nick Haywood all over the back door. Haywood, the 29, looks down to the inside. Can't get there this time off of turn number 2. And now down the backstretch, Susie holds that lead. Pushes up the track a little bit, and 3 comes back down off of turn number 4. And white flag is out with 1 to go for Chris Susie.
Can he hang on for the win?
Nick Haywood in the 29, not going to do it in turn number 2. Susie still with the lead. Haywood's going to throw it to the top of the racetrack. Nick Haywood up in the top of the racetrack, coming off of turn number 4. He's not going to get there. Chris Susie wins it. Nick Haywood second, third to Travis Bruno, fourth Jake Branham, and fifth is going to go to the 28 of Eric Lozier.
Well, how about that? Another first-time winner tonight at the Big A. Nick Haywood, I thought Nick was going to have a card up his sleeve to play, but he ended up never really being able to play it. He stayed about a half car length off the back bumper of the 24 and never really could get underneath to make a serious bid for the victory in the Sportsman Modified Feature event. Chris Susi gets the win. Nick Haywood finishes in second. Travis Bruno, who won last week, backs up last week's win with a third-place finish tonight. Jake Branham fourth. Eric Lossier finishes in the fifth spot. And your winner is returning the checkered flag, bringing it into victory lane. Plattsburgh's Chris Susi will pull into victory lane. Robbie is headed down trackside, and he'll get a word with, I'm sure, a very excited driver. Great job by Chris Susi. First career win for Susi in the 24S. Nick Haywood is over to offer congratulations. Travis Bruno is also over to offer congratulations. Nice show of sportsmanship by those two drivers, and we'll go down trackside. Robbie's going to talk to, I'm sure, a very excited winner in Chris Susi.
All right, he's unbuckled. Just waiting Chris Susi to come out of the car. You can hear some of his crew celebrating on the trolley. Here he is. Give him a nice round of applause. Chris Susi. Wins tonight in the Sportsman Modifieds. Up on top of the roof. Come on down here. I can't go that high. Now, nice job. Certainly the car was very good. You hold off Nick Haywood, the points leader in this division. Wreck happened in front of you. Some good luck for you to get to the front. Talk about how good this car was tonight.
Well, I owe all this straight to Nick Haywood, Mike Chris, and all them guys. They worked on this car, set it all up for me. I just had to drive it. And I did what he told me, and we're here.
I don't know if you saw that mishap or not. If you can, describe what you saw between the 69 of Finney and the 24 of Keith Pelkey.
It looks like they were both going for the high side, and they just closed the door, and they just got together, and I was just waiting for it to happen, and I wanted it. I wanted this race bad. I owe this here to my son. He's going to be 24 Monday. This is for you, Chris.
All right, well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, thank you.
Chris Susi wins. Certainly everybody's happy in victory lane.